The creative process. I'm a producer. I've been a producer now for 8 years, maybe. I would say that I started my producing journey when I started doing Those Girls Are Wild. If you're like an OG fan and you've been with me for a while, then you will remember and know Those Girls Are Wild. It was a site that I had years ago. That is when I began my producing journey because I was constantly making sketches and content for the internet at this time. And that was like my focus and my goal, and that's when I just understood that what I was doing was producing. I have had a producing goal, however, though, I don't know, since maybe I was like 14. I started this process of understanding mainly from Reese Witherspoon. This is who inspired kind of like my professional thought process on producing and having your own production company, because she was one of the first actresses that I can remember reading about having her own production company, and that the movies that she did, like, you know, went through her stuff, found projects that she wanted to be in, that she wanted to see just come to life, even if she wasn't in them. I'd always been like that. I'd always been a storyteller, just had like big worlds like in my head. That process that kids do, like, of imaginary play, I don't think I've ever outgrown that. I think I am still constantly coming up with imaginary characters and talking to them and coming up with their story and their backstory and their dialogue. So I've been producing now for a little while. I will actually say, you know what, I'll tap myself on the back. I actually think I'm a pretty good producer because I know how to get shit done. Like, I pride myself on my ability to legitimately move and execute and get something done. If I have an idea and I love this idea with all my heart and it's not leaving me, like, you can believe that I am about to get it done. So that's why I started my production company, Jungle Wild, in 2012, because I was determined. And like everything else I do, I did a lot of research, because even though I'd grown up as an actress and I'd been on set a lot and I knew a lot of producers, I didn't always necessarily understand, like, what does this entail? So what is a producer?
I would describe a producer as the person who has an idea and it's an obsession. And a producer doesn't rest and will not let go until that idea finds the form it's destined to take.
Everyone that says that you can't get it done, just ignore them immediately. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the project itself. If it was easy, everyone would do it.
The executive producers, and these tend to be the suits at the studio or the people that found the money. Then you have the producers that, you know, own the company that the money was funneled into. The line producers, you know, in the trenches producers. They're the ones that are constantly on budget and keeping schedule, making sure that, you know, everything is happening on set. Starting
Jungle Wild Productions was with the intention of creating projects all of the time for a diverse group of people, for women, for people of color, for the LGBT community, for just underrepresented communities. I came to this understanding that with my determination, I knew that I was a producer. Oftentimes producers can be the director and the writer, sometimes the actor. The thing that you have to understand is that even though I put those other hats on, there's a completely different hat for being the producer. The job is ugly. It is not cute at all. It requires a lot to wrangle people, to get things done, to find money, to find talent. Having an independent production company, the challenge that I have most of the time is the funding. If you've been with me for a while, then you would know I have actually done 2 crowdfunding campaigns, one for my web series Black Actress, another one for Jungle Wild Productions. Both were successful, which I was really glad about, but it was a lot of work doing those crowdfunding campaigns. Sometimes you make a project with absolutely no money, and it does not matter because everybody involved just loves this project so much. Sometimes a project is gonna require some funds, whether that's from yourself or from investors or from a brand. So that's the challenge that I'm constantly working around. Because I am the type of producer who is in the trenches, I am really in it, really doing it, really making sure that this thing is getting done. And I hope to always keep that kind of guerrilla spirit as a filmmaker, because I think that's what makes the projects fun. I know, there's always a grip or somebody yelling at something because they're so mad. There's nobody that can stand in right now. No one can just get in. We just need to see the lights.
He's had about 5 more drinks than her.
He should be lying down. Okay, we're gonna go film. Got an interview coming up for this beauty doc that I'm doing with Kwanzaa and Keisha.
That's why I wanted, like, Keisha and, like, you and Keisha, like...
To just be people.
To be people.
So I would definitely say if you're interested. Kwanzaa, did you like this shoot?
Oh, I love this shoot. Miss Lynn, she was dope. She was so informative. She was eloquent. Her makeup was popping. That highlight was on point.
Look at these moves. This is producer's life, okay? Right now, I am in Toronto. I scheduled some interviews in LA with my camera / co-producer, Kwanzaa Gooden. And so she is handling it over there, but I've been doing all the coordinating back and forth with the actual talent and confirming them and making sure that they get into the location and all that kind of stuff, okay? I've been a little bit on pause this morning. I worked out. I've just been trying to make myself available, have my phone in a good spot, because the last thing I want is, just because I'm out of town, that somebody cannot reach me just in case the talent is running late, they can't get into the location, something's going on with Kwanzaa, whatever the case may be. So I'm just making sure at the exact same time of running it smoothly, I also need behind the scenes and stuff to post about, because that's a part of our business as well. So I made Kwanzaa send me some pictures. Kwanzaa was available, our talent was available today, so regardless of my actual traveling schedule, I can still make it work. But those of you who want to be a producer, what did we gain? Some of the tips that I have learned and gained with being a producer is you have to be determined, know your strengths, learn how to find the right team. It's all about problem solving, and don't let the funding stop you. It takes a lot of work. It's an ugly job, so it's not for the faint at heart. So if you really are determined to see a project come to life, then go ahead, be a producer. This has been the creative process on how to be a producer. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and please leave in the comments something that you have been thinking about as a creative, something that you get stuck on. What do you want to learn about? What's some kind of advice that you really need that you think I would have insight on that I could share with you guys? Thanks for watching. See you next Friday. Bye.
That's the way I like it, yeah. You know I want it to keep on going all the way.